All vehicles consume energy as they drive, and while the internal combustion engine is responsible for the largest share, your tires also play an important role in the fuel consumption equation. To help maximize MPG, most vehicle manufacturers have been using tires designed with an emphasis on low rolling resistance for some time. But on the other hand, most replacement tires have focused on other characteristics drivers want, such as longer tread life or better wet traction. But today's ever-growing interest in being more eco-friendly has some drivers asking for replacement tires that put a bigger priority on improving fuel efficiency. So we tested 3 of the newest eco-friendly replacement tires for crossovers and SUVs, comparing the Bridgestone Dueler HL422 Ecopia, Continental Cross Contact LX20 with Eco Plus technology, and the Goodyear Assurance CS Fuel Max. Let's see how they drive. First up, we're driving on the Bridgestone Dueler HL422 Ecopia, and our team gave this tire good marks for ride comfort. We also found it has minimal tread noise and has a direct linear feel to steering inputs. Here on the track, this tire feels well balanced and poised, but it doesn't have quite the ultimate grip to match the pace of the others. In the wet, this tire again showed balanced traction and handling that inspires confidence. Now we're driving on the Continental Cross Contact LX20, and the ride of this tire feels taut and well controlled as it encounters rougher sections on our road. There's very little tread noise, and the steering feels noticeably more responsive than the other tires in our test. Here on the track in dry conditions, this tire brought the sporty feel we found on the road, displaying crisp handling and good stability during the abrupt maneuvers of our course. And in the wet, it showed its real strength with significantly more overall traction than the other 2 tires. And finally, we're driving on the Goodyear Assurance CS Fuel Max. The ride of this tire is a little softer than the other tires, but there's also a little bit of jounce and jiggle that you feel after encountering rougher pavement. Handling is appropriate, but it's just not quite as responsive as the other tires in our test. On the track, this tire displays noticeably slower steering response, but has sufficient overall traction to stay close to the Cross Contact LX20. And in the wet, this tire trails the others, again with slower steering response and noticeably less grip. Even though crossovers and SUVs may not be the most efficient vehicles on the road, they can benefit from riding on more efficient tires. All 3 of the tires in our test were designed with low rolling resistance as a high priority. And based on our results, the 0.8 of a mile per gallon difference from lowest to highest would result in an annual difference of about 34 gallons of gasoline. Several of the tires in our test were able to achieve the best fuel consumption ratings we've seen to date from our SUV test vehicles. But when viewed in the context of the whole performance envelope, there appear to be some concessions to get there. The Bridgestone Dueler HL422 Ecopia and Goodyear Assurance CS Fuel Max both deliver on the promise of good MPG, but they also give up a little traction to get it. The Continental Cross Contact LX20 offers excellent wet and dry traction while trading off some fuel efficiency versus the best tires we've tested. As we compare tires side by side, we find each has its own personality. It's not as easy as simply choosing between good and bad. So as you view our test results, it's important to focus on your priorities and what fits best with how, where, and what you drive. And also be sure to go to TireRack.com for our complete test report and to learn more about the tires featured in this test. Research, buy, deliver, install.